Welcome to the Kim Congdon Takeover. I'm Kim Congdon, and we're here again another week. You guys asked for it. You begged for her back. We put out a pod. You said, more. She's back. It's my sister, Haley D.
Hello.
Wow, the fans loved you, Haley. They were fans of the D.
The D.
They loved the D. The big old D. You were very popular in the comments. They loved watching us play games. Was that the first? No, that's not the first podcast you ever did. We did one before. But besides that, that's it, right?
It was the first one by myself.
Were you
with you?
With me on the beach weekend where me and Alex met the college basketball players? And one of them was named Romeo, and I had a romance with him in the weekend?
I wasn't there, no.
Oh. Anyways, I'm just kidding.
What?
It never happened. Your sister's a good girl.
That happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you there?
You told me about it.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
wasn't there.
All right. So today we're going to hang. We're going to do some fun stuff. Me and Haley. I got some options. Now, I don't know what would be fun to play. I got this. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see.
This is turning very ASMR right now.
First, I got this. Mondo Llama. Paint your own ceramic unicorn. So we can talk, have basically a therapy session, and paint a little unicorny. Kind of fun. Not much to it. Then we have this game, which I saw on TikTok that looked really funny. It's called Watch Your Mouth. Non-sponsored, so if you want the link, tell them to sponsor the pod. It's called Watch Your Mouth. You put this thing in your mouth that makes you look really stupid, and you try to guess what the other person's saying. And then the last choice is this, which I thought might be fun. It's a mystery that we could solve together on the pod. Wow. It's a murder mystery. And Haley, you know, as women, we're sneaky as fuck. I feel like we could solve a murder. We could be like, wait, because this bitch was jealous, right?
Like online detectives.
Yeah, because when you have the internet, you already know. So maybe we should paint this while we solve a mystery with this in our mouth.
That's the pod.
I don't know. Maybe we should look into this. This is called the Unsolved Case Files, Jamie Banks case. Is Jamie Banks a real person? Because that would be interesting. Look up Jamie Banks murder and see if a pretty white girl got murdered. Of course, it's the pretty white girl in the front. They had one with a Puerto Rican in the front. And it was half off. Okay, what happened to Jamie Banks? Was this deliberate or foul play? The murder mystery game that lets you be a cold case detective. Local teens case puzzle detective.
Oh, wait, look, this. I think that one was giving some.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe.
Was Jamie Banks really murdered is what I want to know.
I don't think so.
And do you think this is a murder we can solve in a day?
Wait, so on Reddit it says, I did not see the ending of the Jamie Banks case coming.
Whoa.
And then Pepper Finn said, I kind of did. This is 10 months ago, so.
Okay, well, I haven't heard about this. Let me read the back. Ready, Haley? Mm-hmm. Unsolved file case, the murder mystery game that lets you be a cold case detective. On November 20th, 1992, East Verona High School was shocked by the death of 18-year-old senior Jamie Banks. Jamie fell from a 6th-floor window in the newspaper room where she was also worked as an investigative reporter.
Ooh.
Wow.
Investigators identified 5 individuals who might have been in the room with Jamie, but they were unable to identify a prime suspect and eventually ruled it a suicide, closing the case. But Jamie didn't commit suicide. She was murdered. Can you solve a case that has eluded the police for decades and bring the real killer to justice? In this thing, we have photos, newspaper articles, witness reports, interrogations, and security cam stills. Its designed website allows you to check your detective skills and provides hints if you get stuck. Oh no, I might be too dumb for this. I don't know. They should make a Puerto Rican version of this where it's like, Juan cheated on you. It's one of these 5 girls, but we found no suspect. Then me and you, we would have found Juan's extended. How far back do you think? Can you can find and solve, like, figure out who someone is by their social media at this point? You could. Yeah. You're a good stalker. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking special skill to have. Hold on. Oh, this is official. Yeah. This is some real. I feel okay. Hold on. I'm gonna put this shit down because I feel like a real detective right now.
We need a brown leather jacket or something.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh hell yeah! Hold on.
Have you seen the movie 7?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
I just saw 7.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Brad Pitt in this case?
Who is Brad Pitt?
What's in the box?
18-year-old Jamie Banks, dead out of a window of our high school. This is all we have. What do you think of that, D?
We got photographs here. Got a picture of her.
Okay. We got her senior photo. Let's see. Oh, God. It came with an envelope, a cold case envelope, evidence. It's an evidence thing. Maybe we shouldn't have touched it. Who knows if we're getting tricked from the beginning? Be careful.
Jamie was pushed.
To the edge. It says homicide. Cold case. All right, let's start looking at what we have.
Do we do it step by step? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instructions. Unsolved case files is a game that lets you blah, blah, blah. Objective. Prove someone was in the room with Jamie. That's the first objective, is to prove someone was in the room with her. When you can prove someone was in the room with her just before she died, visit this website to see if you're right. After you prove Jamie was not alone, you may open bonus envelope A. So we can't open this until completing objective 1. All right, so let's see what we
She
have.
was not alone. She would never kill herself.
She's too pretty.
at her.
Why would she kill herself? Why? Because she's too beautiful? Was she sick of being so beautiful?
She didn't have a worry in the world.
Could she worry about? Oh, God, I hate being a white girl with full lips. What a tough world.
So we don't know if was an actual person that may have died that they used in the game, or somebody got casted for this and they're like, hey, we need to show
I'm Jamie
game.
Banks. Jamie Banks is the name of a woman that would get murdered, by the way. Did you hear about what happened to Jamie Banks? If your name has 3 syllables and the last name's 1 syllable, you're dying young.
Hillary Banks.
Yep.
From,
Damn.
her
2 and 1.
boyfriend died in that
2
in
and
Fresh
1.
Prince. Oh, it's 2. Oh yeah, Jamie. So that's
If it's 3 syllables for your whole name total, you're in trouble. Heath Ledger, gone.
I was gonna say the recent one, but it was 4. So
Damn it. I was close. Okay, let's see. So now we have to figure out if this bitch was with anybody. What do we have here? What's that, Haley?
Inventory list.
Of what? Of the things that were found on her body?
Senior photo, newspaper article, security camera video printout.
Oh, this is the police department inventory case file list. This is what we have in here. This is an inventory of what's in here. A case closure, a coroner's event. What's that?
It's a newspaper.
A local paper? We got some news on Jamie. What happened to Jamie? Oh, shit. Jamie Banks and Robert Romero as Romeo and Juliet. It sounds like a tragic love story to me. Banks bombs in Romeo and Juliet. What does that mean? East Verona High School's drama production has always been something to look forward to, even when they struggle to find the talent necessarily to fully bring the production to life. The plays typically make up for in heart what the amateur actors lack in pure talent. This is kind of a rude thing. This year's production of Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare's classic tale of adolescent love gone tragically wrong, is a sad exception. This production has the talent but lacks heart. More specifically, it lacks a Juliet with the heart needed to gain the audience's empathy. Oh, so this was written by a fucking hater. A hater wrote this.
Okay.
Saying she's a bad actor. Her heart wasn't in it.
Right.
Banks bombs in Romeo and Juliet. This was written on November 20th, 1992. Mark, I need you to write that down.
what's her name?
This was by Craig Zimmerman.
Craig wrote that.
Actress Jamie Banks has already demonstrated her ability to tackle complex theatrical roles. We've all seen her in last year's production of Little Shop of Horrors as well as other plays, so he knows about her. But Juliet is a role that requires more than a memorizer of lines. It requires an empathetic figure to guide us into a play's moral center, and Jamie Banks isn't to the task. Without that, nothing in Romeo and Juliet can work, and it didn't. Robert Romero delivers a superb performance as Romeo, giving us all the wide-eyed infatuation of a teenager in the grips of young love. And the production designer deserves kudos for admiringly turning the auditorium into a 14th century Italy. So he's complimenting everyone, but he's saying Jamie bombed.
And what year was that you said?
This was November 20th, 1992. When was she killed?
1992.
What day was she killed? November 20th, 1992.
Oh, so he was hot on this.
Yeah.
Say his name one more time. You said Craig?
His name is Craig Zimmerman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got our first suspect. But without a warm Juliet, Romeo might as well have been acting with the mannequin. Oh, my God. In a role that demands warmth, Banks provided a Juliet straight from Antarctica. It seems pretty clear after seeing her dazzle us with performance in the past that we've finally found her weakness, playing a person with a real heart. Oh, she broke up with this dude.
Right.
I'm hearing a little... listen... I've dated a guy who got just like this. They get bitter, dude. They get bitter.
This says here that her friends and family described her as well-liked and mature, well-behaved, a deeply curious student.
Okay.
Let's see. And it also says that they found a suicide note.
Oh. Okay.
Is that in here? Do we have it?
Yeah.
We should have
Let's
it.
see. Her suicide note's probably in here, and I'd love to get a glimpse of that, honey. There's a lot of shit in here.
She
Oh,
took her
look at the
acting
stills
very
of her body.
seriously.
This game's kind of intense. No, and then you see someone standing over her body. It's dramatic. Zoom into this.
Oh my gosh.
This game is kind of intense. Okay, we don't need this until objective 2 and 3. This is after we found out who she was with.
So even based on that, that's some evidence. We just don't have we have a suspect. We don't have it like for sure. We know she was.
That could be Craig Zimmerman for all I know. So newspaper staff Craig Zimmerman, photographer Marilyn Roberts, layout, faculty advisor, reporters, Mr. Griffin stealing wooden ice cream spoons from the cafeteria. Okay. So we know that this guy Craig fucking hates her. I don't know what she did to him, but she hurt him. He's giving LDE.
Did she date the Romeo guy?
I don't know. What else do we have here? Okay, wait. Maybe we should read this. This is the Verona Police Department. Case closed. To Detective Lieutenant Aaron Bennett. That's you. Aaron. From Detective Roland Sherman. That's me. This is from Medio. The subject is suicide investigation of Jamie Banks, born on September 28th, 1974. At East Verona High in Verona, Massachusetts on November 20th, 1992. So this came out. So he wrote this before.
Okay.
Right? If you're writing something, you write it before and then it comes out, right?
Yeah.
Facts of the case. On Friday, November 20th at 10:19, Stu Collier called Verona Police Department to report a suicide that had taken place at the school. First responders arrived at the scene within 6 minutes. By that time, there was a crowd of teachers surrounding the body. The victim was dead before the first responders arrived. The victim fell from the 6th floor of the newspaper room. And we already have this.
Wow.
Where'd you get those?
They're in there. It's
Wait,
pictures.
really?
Yep. We got the classroom and everything.
To be opened by authorized individuals, do not use this envelope with evidence that has wet or damp bodily fluids. Did you jizz on this?
What? No.
Detective Lieutenant Aaron Bennett, did you?
Is this the principal?
No, that's not that principal is sleeping with students. First of all, the victim received
here's
a very
Oh, it's Craig.
There's Craig.
okay. Craig is
did
giving Craig. Hold on, Craig. If you could see Craig's eyes, he looks like every school shooter.
Yeah, let's make sure he doesn't have access to a gun.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And this was in her pocket?
Whoa. Found in her pocket was poison. Romeo and Juliet.
Was it real poison or was it
pen.
still from the play?
Stop hammer time and $100 bill.
Found in the victim's pocket. What is this? Like a
The victim received a very negative review of her theater performance in the school's newspaper that morning. What is this? Found in victim's pocket. Okay,
sorry.
Colts plus 24.
Why is her shoe off?
Because she tragically fell to her death, Haley.
With one shoe.
Yes, no sock.
I think she was probably mad about that review. She went to go confront him, and he knew that she would.
Right.
Window
I
ready.
think Craig did it.
This is interesting, this thing in her pocket. It says Colts, Hornets, Bruins, Lions, Eagles, Rams, Brothers, Explorers, Ducks, Badgers. So this sounds like sports. Plus 35, 24 to 21, win. FUM. What's FUM? Foom/quarter.
This is the back of the newspaper. Some with football. I
Mm.
don't know if that has anything to do with
Talk
it.
to Joey, see what he says. Who's Joey? We got to find out who Joey is. We got to find out who fucking Joey is, Haley.
Is he well, I found him. This is Joey.
Joey Ferrari.
I didn't see that in there. There's a Robert, too.
Oh, that's Romeo. Okay. Now what do we do? This is actually harder than I thought it was going to be.
Does it look like an accomplice? Like what?
I mean,
they friends?
kinda. He's giving criminal. He's
Yeah.
wearing a leather jacket. He looks like one of the from Greece. One of the what are the guys called? The greasers.
It looks like
the
he's ready to
greasers.
take a mug shot.
He looks like a greaser.
Looks guilty.
Roy Romero. He looks like a nice guy. He just didn't. Okay, so
This might have been a group effort here.
the victim typed a suicide note onto a computer in the room she jumped from. Where's that note? The victim had previous suicidal thoughts and received treatment for her school for bipolar tendencies. Oh, shoot, crazy. The victim received a very negative review of her theater performance. Significant evidence, school photo, and all school photo was taken at the time the victim fell. It was immediately developed and included all but 5 students and staff. All of those individuals were thoroughly interrogated about their whereabouts. Verona Voice. School newspaper cover story was extremely critical of the victim's performance. Type suicide note. Forensics discovered a suicide note typed into a computer in the room with the victim there. The note indicates she was feeling overwhelmed with the pressure in her life. Victim's clothing. She has been fully investigated by microscope lab and nothing unusual found. No signs of struggle or foul play. Coroner's report. No evidence of foul play. Looks like suicide. Witness statements. Robert Romero discovered the body. So the guy in the play with her discovered it. Heard screaming and a thud and arrived at the victim within 10 seconds.
Okay, so he wasn't upstairs.
He wasn't upstairs because he was downstairs.
Yeah.
It can't be him unless he's working with someone. Dr. Benjamin Gelding, experienced guidance counselor, worked with victim and indicates past history of bipolar disorder and suicidal ideations. Several other witness statements were obtained from friends and family confirming the distraught mentality of the victim at the time. Conclusion, since we found no evidence of foul play, we believe Jamie Banks committed suicide by jumping out the window on her own accord. She was not under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or any other narcotic. She was distraught over a poor acting performance and has a history of bipolar disorder and suicidal ideations. Recommendation, no charges filed, close the case.
Is there fingerprints in here?
Is that?
She
Wait,
typed
let's see
her
this.
suicide note.
And who said close the case? That was the counselor?
Yeah.
It sounds like he's got something to do with it.
Yeah, the pressure was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. Goodbye, Jamie.
That's
Okay.
the suicide note?
That's a suicide note at 11:09.
She's
she
more in
typed
depth.
it.
She's more in depth than that.
And there's the window.
And she typed it?
And she typed
then
it.
jumped out?
And then jumped out. It's all not making sense.
Very sus.
She wrote this at 11:09, but he called the police. This was taken at 11:09. Oh, this was taken at 11:09. This was taken an hour after. Digital. Look at this old ass computer, Haley. What else do we have in these pictures? So we have these guys. We have the computer. Whoa, hold on. She had a story coming out. She worked for journalism and she had something upcoming. She was an investigation expose coming out in the week. It says Jamie's stories coming out. So she had something to tell. This wasn't a suicide. This is a hush-aside. Can you add a dun, dun, dun?
Got you, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Class picture, Maryland Thanksgiving break. Wait, championship recap, Joey. Championship recap, Joey. Ask Joey. Didn't that say ask Joey?
Because there's 5, and we know that it's not Romeo.
Oh, this. Championship recap. Joey Ferrari. So he had this coming out. Something weird happened to this bitch. She had a secret. What are the rest of these pictures? Just the room? We have the room with 4 computers and a window, Verona Voice, and the newspaper hung up, which kind of looks like the same one. It is hung up. This one's hung up there. This is hung up in that room where she killed herself. But wasn't it supposed to come out after?
And also, like, if somebody's probably just trying to set it up to make it look like.
Oh, it came out that morning, and then she killed herself. I'm just learning the simple facts before I even solve the case. This is kind of hard. So do you want to hear what Joey said? State championship, Spartans versus Colts. Is that on here? Spartans versus Colts. Colts plus 35, 24-21. It's the game Spartan football fans and I've been waiting for all season long. It comes down to this game. State championship, we've got 2 familiar faces, East Verona Spartans and Worcester Colts. They were top 2 teams ranked in the state into the season. Now they're the best 2 teams. At the end of this game will come down, as so it often does in high school football, to the running game. On display are the best running backs in the country. There's Johnny Rocca, 4-year starter, 3-time All-State, first team All-American in his senior year. Lining up for the Deep Colts is Joseph Trotter, another first team All-State running back who has racked up over 2,000 yards. It's easy to see why these 2 teams are facing each other in the championship, considering how hard they fought one another in the season opener. The Spartans nearly blew a 10-point lead with less than 2 minutes left when Johnny Rocca infamously fumbled the ball right into the opposing team's hands for an easy defensive touchdown. Fortunately, onside kick failed, and Johnny Rocca held the ball to get the win for the Spartans. Just like the previous matchup, blah, 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 3 points. I expect to see a fantastic football game. Both teams are laden with Division I talent on both sides. Will Spartans defeat the Colts? Will Winchester pull up the upset against the beloved? Of course, I'm not a betting man, but if I had to wager, I'm not a betting man, but if I had to wager on the outcome of this matchup, I'd put every dollar I have on the Spartans to win the game and cover the spread in a high-scoring offensive shootout. So it's weird that he says he's not a betting man, but her thing is definitely bets happening. So he's lying, or she's lying, right? Joey Ferrari, what are you doing for Thanksgiving break? Joey Ferrari, this guy says, road trip, baby. Johnny and I are heading to Atlantic City. I have family there. Johnny? Him and Johnny are going to Atlantic City. Who's Johnny? Is there a Johnny in one of those pictures?
These are a bunch of like people's statements.
There's Janice Dowling, Roy Romero, Craig Zimmerman, Joey Ferrari. I want to know what's up with him. Johnny Rocca. These two. There's the principal. I don't know who this crying bitch is and who this seemingly evil villain is.
This is in high school? You got the teacher?
I don't know. If that's a student, we know who the criminal is because that guy's in fucking students. Johnny Rocca, person of interest. Johnny Cornelius Rocca. Well, his middle name's Cornelius, and that's not a good sign. Mm-hmm. That's scary. 241 Bennington Drive, Verona, Mass. Zip code. Driver's license, single. Birthplace, Boston. Black stallion across the back. Just football.
What's objective one?
We have to find out who was in the room with her.
So we know it wasn't the guy who played Romeo.
Right.
And it might have been the teacher or the counselor, right? Because he said just to close the case.
It could have been the counselor. He's ready to close the case. He wants nothing to do with it.
I think this was during the pep rally.
Oh, shit.
And she died during the pep rally?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people in that picture.
Yeah. How do we prove someone was in with her? This is kind of hard.
This is kind of hard.
So what's the picture of her? Is there anything suspicious about the picture that of her lying after
This?
that? Yeah. I think that's probably
Just how fake it looks.
what's going on in the picture?
She has no blood. She looks like she was placed there. She's not bleeding. Her shoe is off. She's not wearing a sock. November 20th at 10:51.
Where's the shoe?
The shoe's right there. It's next to her. But it's just off and next to her foot. She doesn't look like she died. She looks like she was laid
So how
down.
would her shoe come off?
I don't know. It doesn't look natural. What, Haley? What do you see?
Trying to look for the craziest looking person in here.
Okay, this is
Did she take off her shoe and then got pushed? I'm like, why is her shoe off?
I don't know. She had blue sneakers on. A few small splatters of orange, red, and latex house paint on the left shoe. That's weird. And a smudge of clay on the right shoe. Paint and clay? Otherwise, both shoes are in new condition. I think that's a weird detail.
yeah.
Random red and yellow, orange, red, and yellow latex house paint, bra and panties, nothing unusual found. Hot. Red spiral notebook, all pages except one that has notes on it to look like math homework picture taken to be added later. Empty bottle of poison found in pants pockets. Brown bottle, no smell or residue of any unusual substance or not sure what this was for. Multicolor retractable pen. Keychain with keys. $100 bill. And that's it. That's all the
This
evidence.
looks like her shoe's on. Right? Or I mean, I guess they have it really close.
It looks off still.
Okay.
What's that?
Yeah.
What's that a picture of?
This is the stills from when her body was there and just when her body fell and when her body
And when someone found her.
and when someone found her.
The
Yeah.
Oreo guy.
So what's the is the shoe? What does the shoe situation look like there?
It looks like it's just next to her.
Okay.
It doesn't look very.
In all of the frames?
Yeah. This
It
is.
just popped up right here.
I
You
know.
don't see the shoe here. And then it popped up right there. You see that?
You're actually right. You're actually right.
Someone take off her shoe after she fell? I'm kind of confused.
Her shoe fell after she did.
Ooh.
Her shoe fell after she did.
So someone threw the shoe
Someone
over.
threw the shoe over.
During a struggle to get her out the window.
Okay.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Haley. A woman got murdered. That's actually really good to notice.
Yeah.
It was weird that her shoe was taken off like that. Okay, we've really gone through most of the stuff. I mean, there's witness statements.
Well, so that's for this first objective. We just need proof that she was pushed or that she didn't jump.
that she wasn't alone.
That she wasn't alone, right?
Right, but I
So-
don't know. But it needs proof that someone was in the room with her.
So if somebody was to throw the shoe after,
Would that be enough proof to move on?
I think so.
When you can prove someone was in the room with Jamie just before she died, visit this website to see if you're right. unsolvedcasefiles.com/Jamie-1. Like this one. Not this.
Dash Jamie
This.
like this. Jamie-1.
Yeah.
Was Jamie alone? Can you prove Jamie wasn't alone? Use this form to verify the answer. Your answer to objective
Oh,
one.
the pictures.
Which document? Or this first one?
No.
Wait, which
No,
document
no.
on the list proves Jamie was not alone when she fell?
It was the frame by frame security camera video frame printout. That one. Security camera video frame printout.
Okay, got it. Okay.
That one. Try that one. See if that's it.
Okay, so let's see. Was
Go
Robert
up.
Romeo, right?
Looks like you're
Which
close.
two frames? Oh shit! I think you were right,
Wow.
Haley.
Oh, snap.
We're moving on to the next part.
So,
Okay.
which 2 frames were they?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So it should be
8 and 9.
So it's by the
1037 and 1038. I think this is it, Haley.
Something about the shoe. It had
Someone
me.
must have been in the room.
Someone
You can
must-
now. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
you can now open the envelope marked
Yay,
bonus
high five.
envelope A.
Whoa.
Did you read Robert's thing?
No.
It said that when she died, he was reading the let's see, Craig's review over and over again. Best review I've ever gotten.
Who said that? Robert?
Yeah. And then
Who's Robert?
Did Robert play Romeo?
yeah.
But he found her body, so he wasn't in there. He might be connected still.
Yeah.
So you solved objective 1. That's 1 of 3. So
All right, so let's get into the first objective then.
And he said that when he found her, he kneeled down beside her. It was a surreal moment since it was exactly like we had rehearsed so many times in Act 5, Scene 3 or something like that.
The shoe came down at 10:38, and he was down there at 10:40, 2 seconds later. So
Does it have to do with somebody that was in the play? Because like apparently she fell just like how it was in the.
maybe she does have the poison in her pocket. Well, we can open up this first thing now.
Okay.
The envelope A, right? Haley, that was good that you caught that. Okay, investigator, open up envelope A. All right, what do we got, Haley?
I don't want to read more of the.
You want me to open that while you read the
Statements,
statements?
Sure.
Tell me if you find anything weird.
Yeah.
All
There's
right.
a lot of them. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's a lot of statements. This is what happens when a white girl gets murdered. Multi-statements. You know how many statements we'd have?
one.
To split. Dr. Benjamin Gelding. Let's see what this motherfucker has to say, because he's weird. It's very difficult to put thoughtful words together right now, but I fully understand the need for investigation into what could cause such a seemingly normal young woman to take her own life. I've been Jamie's guidance counselor for 4 years at East Rona High. I also help run the school newspaper that she writes for. That's weird, Haley. The guidance counselor runs the school newspaper.
And what did he say he was during this time?
Jamie's an amazing girl who gets good grades, stays out of trouble, and seems to get along with everyone. I took my wife and kids to see her performance last night, and she was incredible. It really begs the question as to why a young girl who appeared to have everything going for her would do something like this. Well, I'm not sure, but everything is not what it seems with Jamie for 2 reasons you should be aware of. First, Jamie had been struggling with bipolar tendencies for years. Jamie has been meeting with me every few months over the past 2 years for manic depression. She was actually originally referred to me for this issue after she broke down in tears during a vocabulary quiz. During her dark time, she expressed suicidal ideations to me on a number of occasions, including thoughts about how she would do it. I should have referred her to an outside counseling. I just thought we had it under control. I couldn't have been more wrong. Second, Jamie was involved in a secret forbidden relationship.
Okay.
Hold up, because she was a side chick, and now she's dead. So who's this? This is Paul Preakness. He said he was not there. Craig Zimmerman said he was. Wait, is Craig Zimmerman an option? He's not even an option. Joey Ferrari is not even an option. Janice Dowling, not an option. Romero, not an option. Johnny Rocca, what are you doing? Where were you, Johnny? Where was he? Where was he?
This is hard. Do you think Sophie's lying?
It's either Johnny or Sophie.
It's either Paul, Johnny, or Dr. Benjamin.
I wish Romeo was on there because I feel like he's lying.
I think it's Dr. Benjamin
Who was
Gelding.
friends with Romeo?
Try that one. Yes.
Oh,
That's
snap.
right. Question 2. Which of these items include Gelding's lie?
Okay, here we go. The Verna's Voice newspaper.
Okay, so I have Olivia's
Verona's
stuff
Voice
here.
newspaper. It's very difficult to put thoughtful words together right now, but I fully understand the need for investigative into what could cause such seemingly normal young woman to take her own life. I've been her guidance counselor for 4 years. I'd also run the school newspaper that she writes for. She's an amazing girl, good grades, stays out of trouble, seems to get along with everyone. I took my wife and kids to see her performance last night, and she was incredible. It really begs the question as to why a young girl who appeared to have everything going for her would do something like this. Well, I'm not sure, but it seems like Jamie for 2 reasons. She had struggling with bipolar for years. She had been meeting with me every few months over the past 2 years for manic depression. She was also referred to me for this issue after she broke down in tears during a vocabulary quiz. During her dark times, she expressed suicidal ideations to me. A number of occasions, she thought about how she would do it. I thought we had it control. She was the forbidden relationship. Preakness gave her part of because of her secret relationship. It helped her. I talked to Craig Zimmerman this morning. He's the young man who wrote the negative review. He asked her to be his girlfriend on Tuesday. Johnny Rocca, they dated. Coach's daughter. I asked everyone who works for the school newspaper, and Joey Ferrari was the last person in the newspaper room before Jamie. Oh, so it's in here.
So
it's in the interrogation.
So that was just, yeah, it was,
'Cause-
because you must be lying about all this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
That's right. Gelding lied during his interrogation.
Yeah, because he said he'd been in the room all day, and he asked Joey, and then it was like nobody was in the room all day. Okay.
Oh, answer the final question.
Which 2 items from this list proves that Gelding was in the newspaper room that day?
Is there a
And
photo
the police
from the
haven't let me
newspaper
back
room?
in the room since then. Oh, because there's no pad in the newspaper room.
There's no
the
pad.
hall passes pad would be in the pictures in the newspaper room, right?
Ooh.
If he says the hall pass thing was there. Haley, what do you think? How's he lying? Coroner's
don't know.
investigative report.
I'm
This
lost
really
now.
this must be feel detectives must start feeling crazy.
Yeah.
You know when
They're
you
so
see them and
close.
they're like, I can't do this, honey. And the wife's like, you haven't been present for the children for a week. This is what it feels like. This feels like we got ourselves into a mess, and now I really want to solve this poor girl's murder. Okay, we could do
Okay.
this. We could do this. We could do
Okay,
this. We could do this.
okay.
Let's organize. So let's look in here for why this motherfucker's lying. We got to figure out what happened to this girl, Haley. We can't go on like this. Jamie Banks, she's been suffering for ages.
You know what? I say we close case. She did fall.
I kind of feel the same
We can't just give up on Jamie. He pulled me out of Miss Marston's class to talk about the review, and together we came up with a plan to try to fix the mistake.
Who said this?
Gelding was always looking out for Jamie.
Who said this?
This
and
was
what mistake?
Craig.
What mistake?
The review that he made that was brutally honest. Maybe.
Oh wait, yeah, he did say he met with Craig before second period,
second
but he had a
period?
bunch of stuff to do. Didn't he have too much stuff to do and he couldn't meet anyone before second period? Remember he said that?
Right. I think
He's lying.
he's lying.
He's lying like shit. Jamie's shoes had a smudge of clay. God damn it. We know. We know. We know about the clay. Oh, wait. The clay could be in here. Career day. Upcoming games.
Oh, so that's the Verona Voice newspaper?
Pottery Olympics. For the past month, the studio art classes have been testing the limits of the new pottery wheels. Their top work will be on display in the art studio classroom on Monday.
Oh.
Students and faculty are encouraged to vote for the best piece. Gold, silver, bronze medal winners will each receive 2 free passes to the MFA in Boston.
All right, so you're right.
It's that one.
And then question 3, which of these 5 documents connects the killer to the clay on Jamie's foot?
The one that says that she that she and that guy
Paul Preakness?
Rocco, it's the one where he says that she was working on the sunset. The night before she was working on the sunset. Do you know
This
which one
is
I'm
the-
talking about?
The letter from the principal. This is one of the options. Let's see. What is this?
Verona Police Department, Paul Preakness. Person of interest form, Paul Preakness. It might be this. French graduate school. We had to fix an issue with the set. Then before the next show, the balcony broke. Who was with you? I was by myself. All the students were at the rally. I didn't hear about what happened until Robert Romero came by. I think try that. Try the person of interest. The Paul. Wait, is this the interrogation? Beginning of interview. When Jamie jumped, I was in the auditorium fixing part of the Romeo and Juliet set where Romeo calls up to Juliet had tipped over during the opening night in an entire... So I think it's the letter from the principal. Can you try that?
It's right here.
It is.
Yeah, moments
I was
before
reading that
Jamie
too.
died, he had stopped into her art studio class. Okay. We're getting close.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what does that mean? You solved the case.
The clay found on Jamie's shoe came from Dr. Gelding, who had just visited the art room.
Right. So that's it? So he
Great
did
job, detectives. You may now open bonus envelope C. There's more.
Oh, no.
it? We knew he was up to something the entire time.
Yeah. This might be easier than we think, and we're looking too deep into it. I actually solved the clay thing like 40 minutes ago. Okay. Congratulations. You solved. If you enjoyed... and finally, if you enjoyed the case, voluntary statement, Verona, Saturday, Dr. Benjamin Gelding being sworn, I murdered Jamie Banks. As a mental health counselor familiar with impulse control disorders, I attributed my actions to a momentary suppression of the anterior cingulate and the middle frontal gyrus triggered by the rush from my adrenal glands. In other words, I freaked out. But scientific understanding hasn't been able to reduce the shame I've endured through the years. Perhaps a full confession today will. Jamie didn't write a suicide note and she wasn't bipolar. Jamie and I were having an affair. Ew.
The teacher?
The old ass
So let's-
counselor.
here we
Yeah,
got
let's
this-
find his picture.
She was attracted to my intellect and wisdom. Jamie's a little slut, him.
This old
She
man?
was hunching on this dude.
Wow.
And he got a teacher's salary.
He's, oh my gosh.
He's crusty.
What is
Oh, shit. Jamie didn't write a suicide. She was attracted to my intellect and wisdom. It started one day about a month before she died. She leaned in and kissed me. I knew it was wrong, but our passion for each other burned like wildfire. Guilt chased me like a dark cloud, but still I could not resist. But eventually I knew I had to end it before someone got hurt. So I asked her to meet me in the newspaper room in order to break up with her when everyone else is at the pep rally. While waiting for Jamie in the newsroom, I updated our article list for the next week with something that happened. And that morning, that's how investigators eventually proved I was lying about not being in the room that day. Wow.
Wow, dude. He was lying from the start.
Wow. How do you feel?
That's like, you were saying it the whole time.
That it was him,
Like,
right?
This teacher.
He's creepy.
See?
He's creepy.
It's
Yep.
always like the guy that wants to help
Whoa.
out.
Look at this. And then we'll end it here. After seeing the reports about Jamie Banks and Dr. Gelding, I've decided to come forward with information I've withheld for decades about this case. I knew that Jamie and Gelding were having an affair, but I never told anyone. It happened when I was visiting Earl Sampson in the 5th floor bathroom a few days before Jamie died. I was near the window and heard the sounds of two people kissing near the window in the newsroom. You could tell there was great passion because the kissing was quite loud, but I couldn't tell who it was until Gelding started describing the parts of his brain that were getting activated, and Jamie laughed. I kept my mouth shut because I think Jamie was about to write a story exposing my betting scam, and Johnny and I didn't want to draw any attention to myself. That's right. Johnny Rocca and I cheated Verona out of thousands of dollars with a betting scheme I concocted. Johnny could single-handedly control the games, but he refused to lose, so I got him to keep the scores close and we'd bet against the spread. It worked great until the championship when our team was only favored by 3 points. I wanted a sure win, so I talked him into throwing it completely and letting the Colts win by a landslide. It worked, and we cleaned up over $100,000 cash. The cash would have really helped me in college. Too bad we took it to Atlantic City on Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, look
Wait,
at that.
So why did he push her?
What?
Why did he push her?
He was having an affair with her.
Okay.
And we wanted to break up with her, and she was a child in high school, and
Yeah.
he was a 40-year-old man. So he just killed her because he panicked.
Wow.
Classic.
And that, my sister, is why you never fuck your guidance school counselor.
He known what, from the start it was wrong.
He knew from the fucking start it was
He
wrong.
should have just took that punishment, go to jail.
And I don't like how
Why
he
you had
tried
to kill
to.
her?
I don't like how he tried to sauce up and be like, "Oh, it was my frontal cortex." Let me tell you, when men get caught, that suddenly they're scientists. Suddenly they got cortex that's frontal that's closed. I've never seen men become scientists more until they get caught doing some bullshit with their dick.
Wow, dude. So this girl was kissing that ugly old man.
You deserve better. This is actually the real crime was whatever her father did. Because she should not be kissing that guidance counselor. That's disgusting. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yo.
All right, Haley, where can people find you?
Haley D Baby on Instagram, Twitch. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
TikTok.
You guys can follow me at kimcongdon.com for all my show dates, twitch.tv/queenkong1. My other podcast is Spitch with Sarah Weinshank. Come check out. I'll be in Tampa in December at Side Splitters. Make sure you go to Side Splitters to get tickets for that. Please come out. Florida, what's up? And then I'm recording my special December 7th at Jam in the Van, jaminthevancomedy.com. Make sure you get tickets for that. Trying to sell it out and have a good night. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.